Hi everybody, Brian Hoxie here. I've been wanting to do this video for months. Um it's a game I've come up with, created, called Cage Ball. Um, highly influenced by Keith Avalone of Play Games. A lot of the mechanics, some ideas he's had on some of the Game Lab videos on this YouTube channel. Um, just a lot of credit for him because a lot of the things this game does or tries to do is, I've taken from, uh, some of his videos, uh, ideas that he's had, ideas he shared. Um, so, so the real quick, I don't want to want the video to go too long, um, but essentially, uh, quick background: the game is set in post-apocalyptic times like Mad Max on Thunderdome. Um, you, there's, we're in the future. Uh, a lot of rundown buildings, arenas, but they're coming up. They came up with this game that they're playing, and the fun part about it, I guess, in my mind, is the court is surrounded in a metal cage, not only to protect the players from the fans, but the fans from the players, or try to at least. Um, so it's 3 on 3 on 3 on the court. Um, in my game, you have 4 players. Um, it is only 3 players are on the floor at a time, but I can never think of the word I'm looking for. Um, you can tell I kind of just turned the camera on and started going. Um, it's abstracted. Uh, you know, Only 3 guys are on the floor. Um, I'm trying to decide if I should explain it or just start playing a little bit and then explain as I go what's happening here. Um, I have a fact deck. Right now it's 100 cards. It could easily be 50. Um, you have different. You have if the team is advancing or if they're trying to what I call clear the ball. So advancing and clear, and I'm hoping at some point to make uh, both of these on here and then another one on here, so you wouldn't have to have so many cards. But um, I did a couple videos probably a year and a half ago about this game. It's I didn't even go back and look. It's changed a lot since then. Just things I didn't like, things that made I felt like made the game smoother, made it a little more fun. So I think I'll just kind of jump in and start playing. What I normally do, what I guess back up a little bit. Um, Player cards I have right now. There's 78 player cards, and what I've been doing is just shuffling random, 6 teams of 4. So technically, each week, 3 teams would play the first game, and 3 teams would play the second game. And then there is 3 pools of 6 teams, and it's a 10-week schedule. Uh, each team play is in a game with the other 5 teams twice, so it all comes out even. And then at the end of each pool, they get so many points for a win, second place or third place. So at the end of the all 3 pools, you've got 3 champions, and then they play a best of 3 um, kind of championship series. So um, I guess I'll just jump in, like I said 2 minutes ago. So Shade has the ball, and he's going against Merkin. And in this game, there's 3 pointers and 7 pointers, and sometimes the 3 pointer can be a dunk. And I think we'll just leave it at that until we get to one of those. But for now, it says Shade has an open 7 pointer unless the defender has the vice. Each player has 3 offensive qualities and 3 defensive qualities. Um, they also have they're rating for 3-point shots, 7-point shots, and using was in the play universe is a Fury die. If they do make a 3-pointer and the Fury die also comes up, either whatever their symbol is, that would be considered a dunk. So using 12-sided dice, so Merkin is going to take a 7-point shot. It's not going to be open because steel has the vice quality. If it was open, he would not only get his rating, which is be 1 to 7 on the D12, but he'd also get a 12. But in this case, he's not going to get the extra bonus 12. He's just going to, if he rolls 1 to 7, he makes it, and we'll go from there. Let's see what happens. So he rolled a 9. So he missed. So I got my score sheet over here. 3-pointer, miss. Okay. In cage ball, there's no rebounds. You either make it or you don't. So Merkin missed. Steele has the rebound, or he's going to take it out of bounds, and he's going to try to get it past these guys again, half court, to try to attack these guys. So Merkin missed a shot, so he's going to rotate to the bottom of their stack. And now we're going to pick a new card to see if Steele or the green team can move into the center spot and try to score. Okay, so we got easy clear. If the offensive player doesn't have the slick quality, which he does not, and the defender has the vice quality, which he does, the ball is stolen. You rotate players and flip a new card. So Steele had the ball, and he got it stolen by Shade. So now we're going to flip. I use this to keep track of who's got the ball and which way they're going. So Steele lost the ball, so he's going to rotate. All right, so Shade has a chance. We'll flip another card. And it says the ball is stolen unless the player has handles, which he does have handles. So he's going to get an open 3-point shot. So Shade is going to get an open 3-point shot. All right, and again, Shade's 3-point rating is a 7. So 1 to 7 or a 12 because it's an open shot. And also we're going to roll this along with it, because if he makes the 3-point shot and it comes up a circle, it'll be a dunk, and then we'll go through what that means. So we'll see what happens with Shade here. All right, so he got a 3, which is in his range, 1 to 7 or 12, and he got the circle. So Shade, he made the 3-pointer, and it was a dunk. Okay, so it was a dunk. In my game, this was something that Keith had in one of his game labs, one of his games he showed off. He had the idea about if a player did something special, there was a panel of judges that would vote how good it was or great it was. So I've took that into cage ball. So Shade makes the shot. So I'm going to roll this D12. A 1, 2, or 3, he's going to just get the 3 points. Anything above that, that's extra points that he's going to receive. So we'll see how good the judges thought his dunk was. And he got a 4. So not terrible. And that would give the black team 4 points. And they're going to move here, essentially taking the ball out of bounds, make it take it. Skips was the defender on that play. He didn't make the play, so he goes to the bottom. So now black is going to go this way. And it says easy clear unless the offensive player doesn't have slick. Well, he doesn't have slick. So Blitz is going to steal it. And Shade is going to rotate to the bottom. And now the green team, Blitz, has a chance to go on offense, essentially. And I'm missing a guy. What happened to my other guy? Oh, he's He's at the bottom of those guys' stacks. He's supposed to be. Let's see. Yeah, he should be here. Okay, so Blitz has the ball going against Iron Bar, and it comes up automatic foul if the player has a green foul rating. Well, he does. So Blitz is fouled by Iron Bar. Now in cage ball, if you commit a foul, your team loses a point. So Black had four, just got that four point on the dunk, and now they're going to lose a point because of Iron Bar's foul. So we're going to rotate him because he fouled. Now the green team, because they got fouled, they're going to get a bonus shot, essentially a free throw. In cage ball, probably maybe a little more difficult than a free throw, but nevertheless, Blitz is going to get to shoot the bonus shot. A bonus shot's worth 5 points, and a bonus shot is the player's 3 point um, rating plus the 12. Considering they're like a free throw, they're open. So Blitz is going to get a chance to score 5 points here. He needs a 1 to 4 or a 12, and he got a 5. So rimmed it out. So he missed the bonus. Green gets to keep the ball going the opposite way. That's another um, thing why you don't want to foul, is because now not only did you lose a point, but now the team's going the other way, and you have to wait pretty much until they come back to get another chance. So Green has the ball. Steele going this way. He's open 7 pointer unless the defender has vice. Well, he does have vice, so that's just going to be regular 7 point. Doesn't get the bonus 12, and his Steele 7 point rating is 1 to 5, and he got an 11, so he missed. All right, so we're going to rotate him. Dust has the ball, and they're going to try to clear it out into the attacking zone. And he got essentially easy clear is somehow they maneuvered the ball past Green and got it into essentially past half court, and now this team is attacking, or this team is attacking this team. So Dust has the ball. Stolen unless the player has handles or smooth. Well, he does. He has handles. So he's going to get an open 3 pointer. So open 3 pointer for Dust. Again, his rating is a 6. So 1 to 6 or 12. And his dunk rating is a triangle. So doesn't dunk the ball a lot. And he got a 3. So he made the 3 pointer. Red's going to get 3 points. It wasn't a dunk because of the square. They're going to move here. Ace is going to rotate because he was on defense. Excuse me for a minute. Take a drink. And this is essentially the game. 40 cards. Once the cards run out, that's the game. I tried 30 cards, 50 cards. Excuse me. 40 cards seems to be if I'm playing and keeping track of everything, game takes about 18 to 20 minutes. So that's pretty good sweet spot. All right, so Dust has the ball. They're going to try to clear it out, and they get an easy clear. There's a nice mix of just easy clears. There's some different things that can happen, but so now they're in the offensive zone. So Dust against Merkin, and he just gets a 7 point shot. No chance for open, no defense, anything like that. So he's just going to take a 7 point shot. And he's a pretty good shooter from 7 point range, 1 to 6. Oh, and he missed it. He got a 7. All right, so Morgan's got the ball. Dust is going to rotate. He missed. They're going to try to clear it out, and they do. Easy clear. And Scrap's going to rotate. So we'll see what Merkin can do here. Open 3 pointer unless the defensive player has vice and clamps. Well, he actually does. He has both. So he's going to It's going to be a pretty good guarded shot, but it's still a three-pointer, and it's a 1-5 for Merkin, and he gets a three, and he gets a circle. Well, he makes the shot, but he needed a square, not a circle. So, but they did get the make. Shade's going to rotate, and now they'll try to clear it again. So down here, stolen unless player has slick or smooth. Well, he does have slick, so his ability to hang on to the ball, dribble through defenders helps there. So now they're on offense, and he's going to get an open three-pointer. So 1-5 or a 12, needs a square for a dunk, and he got the 12. Wow. So the fact that it was open helped him on that. So he makes the shot, three-pointer, didn't get the dunk again, got the circle. So they're going to move over there, and Scorpion's going to move to the bottom. All right, they're going to try to clear. Stolen unless the player has slick. Well, he does. That slick has definitely come in handy here last couple possessions for Merkin and the green team. So now they're on offense. All right, so it's a defensive foul check. Each game there could be three sets of different kinds of referees that could affect the game. None are they're just names that really don't mean a whole lot. I tried to implement what that would be. This is the sheet I use. You could either have a blind ref, a rigid ref, or a showboat, or a combination of those. There's a chart I got on the back here where I would roll. I didn't roll for this one, so we'll roll here and see what. So 10. So our referee tonight is a showboat, and sometimes that comes into play. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll the 12-sided dice, and it's a possibility there could be a foul. There could be like a no call, or we could be looking at the defender's actual foul rating, which is up here. So we'll just roll and see what we get. And we get a 6, and it says a foul is called if the defender's AF is 9 or 10. Okay, well his is an 8, so it's not 9 or 10. So if no, the player gets a 3-point shot. So Merkin again going to try a 3-point shot again, 1-5. This time no bonus on this one, and square for a dunk. And he got a 7. That doesn't really matter, but so he missed. So Merkin missed. Ace has got the ball. Now the Black's going to try to clear it out. And it's an easy clear unless the player doesn't have slick. He has slick, so you don't really need to read anymore. On the defensive ones on these cards, if the player has slick, then it's just automatic. There is no other way they can lose the ball. So Ace gets it through. All right, he's going to get a 3-point shot unless the player has slick. Well, Ace does have slick. So if yes, which is he has it, it's an open 3-point shot for the next player in the stack. So Ace made a pass to Nosh, and he's going to get an open 3-point shot. His 3-point rating is 1-5. He'll get the bonus 12 because it's an open shot, and his dunk rating is a square. So he got a 10, so he missed. So now Dust has the ball. Nosh is going to rotate. Red's going to try to clear it out. They do with an easy clear. And stolen unless the player has handles or smooth. And he has handles, so he's going to get an open 3-point shot. He's 1-6, triangle dunk, and he made it. Not a dunk, but he made the 3-point shot. So we'll switch to that. Blitz didn't make the stop. All right, so right now, I don't know, we're not, we're about halfway through. We're halfway through. Red and green are tied with 6 points each, and black has 3. And the scores can fluctuate. You get a dunk, you get a 10-point dunk. I mean, you can go up. There's some other things that can happen that can really fluctuate the score. So I'm just going to keep going. I'll probably finish out the game just to see how it plays out. So Dust gets an easy clear. Now they're on offense. And another rough check. So I'll roll the black die. And this time we get a 9. And the 9 says a foul if the defender is AF or 5. Well, he's a 7. So Iron Ball is going to get called for the foul. So Black is going to lose another point. So they're down to 2. And Dust is going to shoot a bonus shot. So his 3-point rating is 1 to 6. He'll get that to 12. And he missed it. So either way, on a bonus shot, the players rotate. Even if he would have made it, he would have rotated. But red keeps the ball, and now they get a chance to attack on green. Open 7-pointer unless the defender has vice. Well, he has it, so it's just a regular 7-point shot. Scrap, not the greatest 7-point shooter. I'm not really sure why he's taking it, but he did. And he missed it. So he's going to rotate, and now Merkin's going to try to clear it out for green. Easy clear if the offensive player doesn't have slick. Well, he does, so they're gonna move into the attacking zone. I think Merkin had a couple of those where the slick kind of helped him earlier. Let's see. So stolen unless he has handles. He doesn't have handles, so the ball is stolen by ace. Now sometimes on here it'll say just stolen. Sometimes it'll say if stolen and easy clear. So you see on this one it says if he has handles then it's an open 3. He didn't. So the player ace steals the ball and clears it. So Merkin's going to rotate. Ace steals the ball. They move to the center. Now they're attacking red. Stolen unless he has handles. Pretty much the same card. Oh, live video. What can you say? So Ooze steals it from Ace and clears it out. And 3-point shot for Ooze. So Red, who is tied with Green at 6, Black has 2. Ooze, 3-point shot, 1 to 5. His dunk is a square, and he makes it. So he puts Red up, gets them to 9. Wasn't a dunk. He needed a square, got a circle. So skips his rotate. See if they can clear it out. Oh, here we go. I was kind of playing out, hoping I would get one of these. So we have an unusual result. I'm not sure if that's the greatest term for what these are, but it's what I'm going with. So an unusual result, there's 2 different charts. There's a chart A and a chart B. You roll on unusual result, you roll the Fury die, and they got a triangle. So we're going to be looking off of chart A, and now I'm going to roll the 20-sided die and see which one of these the results happens. And I got a 10. And 10 says the defender, Blitz, gets his uniform caught in the cage. The offensive player either gets an open 7-point shot or an easy clear. Well, they're trying to clear it, so it's going to be an easy clear for Ooze because Blitz got his uniform caught in the metal cage. Now the red team is going to attack. Open 7-pointer unless he has vice. Well, he does, so it's just his 7-point rating, 1 to 5, not too bad. And he missed it. Barely. We've had a bunch of those, just barely miss. So Ooze misses. Nash has it. They're going to try to clear it out, and they do. Kind of getting into a little bit of crunch time here, getting down a few cards left. And Black could use some points because right now they are in 3rd place. Red has 9, Green has 6, and Black has 2. So let's see what Black can do here. Nash with it, and another unusual result. So this time I'll just roll them together. And we get a triangle and we get a 6. So a triangle says we're going to go to chart A. We're going to read number 6. And it says, if on attack, and they are, the offensive player holds the ball too long, then passes to the next player in the stack who is forced to take a 3-point shot. No dunk possible because the shot clock is going to expire. All right, so Nash puts Shade into a kind of a bad situation, but he's not a bad 3-point shooter anyway. He can't have a dunk, but at least he can make the three if he gets 1-7. And he doesn't. Boy, that open would have been good since I rolled a 12, but it wasn't open. So Shade misses, and Green has the ball, Steele has the ball, and they're going to try to clear it out, and they do. So they'll rotate. So Steele on offense, he's going to get an open 7-pointer. So he's 1-5. Green could use this. Right now they're trailing red 9-6, and black has 2. Let's see if Steele can knock this down. 1-5. Nope, he missed it. So he'll rotate. Scrap's got the ball. Red with it. They get an easy clear, looking to add to their lead. And Scrap's going to get an open 3-pointer. So 1-7 or 12, and he needs a circle for a dunk. And he got a 6, which is in his range, and he got a circle, which is a dunk. All right, this could be big for red. Let's see what the judges have to say. 10. Wow. So red goes from 9 to 19, just like that. And they have a comfortable lead. Not many cards left. They're going to try to get it out. Let's see. He has easy clear. If Fawcett doesn't have slick, well, he does. So they're going to clear it out, and they're going to get a chance to add some more. Let's see what Scrap can do here. Defensive foul check. And we got a 9 that time. 9 says, yeah, it's a 9, right? Yeah, it's a 9. 5 or more, and he is. So skips, fouls Scrap. So Green is going to lose a point. So now they're down to 5. And Red's going to get a bonus shot here. Scrap's going to take it. Needs a 1-7 or a 12 for 5 more points, and he missed it. So a little bit of hope left. Not many, couple cards left here. It's going to be tough. And open 3-point shot for Scorpion. Scorpion's probably one of the better shooters in the league, 1-8, and he's going to get the bonus 12. And that doesn't matter. He still missed it. Wow. So he rotates. Shade's got the ball for the black team. They're going to clear it out. And we're down to our last card. So let's see. So right now, red has 19, green has 5, and black has 2. So even a dunk with a perfect score of 12 isn't going to do it, but we'll see what happens. And he's going to get an open 3-pointer unless the player has clamps, which he does. So just a regular 3-point shot for Shade to end the game. 1-7. His dunk is a 12, and he missed it. So that'd be the end of the game. Red 19, green 5, and black 2. And the scoring, as far as the season goes, when I'm playing these games, the first place team gets 10 points, the second place team gets 7 points, and the third place team gets 3 points. And if a team has 0 or negative points, which can happen and has happened, they would get 0 points. And then after 10 weeks, those points would be added up, and you'd have a champion, and they would get to move on to the final series. So I think we saw a little bit of everything that comes with the game. I have other ideas about pregame stuff that could affect stuff, post-game things that could affect stuff, maybe even like a betting thing. We didn't really get into it, but just a couple of the results here on unusual. There's players that get technical fouls. There's players that trade punches and get ejected. What else here? Um, some different results where the players slip on some of the floor on the floor because in my mind it's a concrete floor, metal cage around it. I'm not sure if the baskets maybe not the baskets we think of, but um, something maybe different. But yeah, there's a lot of different things you can do with this. So I'm not sure exactly what I would do with this ever. I'd love to. Not that I want to ever like you know personally sell it. I wouldn't even know the first thing to do with that. But I'm hoping to show it off at. I know we got some. I got a couple conventions next year that I'll be going to, so I'll probably bring that along. Until then, I'll just keep game testing, messing around with things. I guess the last thing would be you have to have three guys on your in the game. And idea I came up with was, there's times where players get hurt, get hit with stuff thrown from the fans, run into the cage, different type of thing. So that can knock them out of a game. They can get ejected, obviously, from fighting. If they pick up four fouls, which a foul is one foul, and then a technical is worth two. If they pick up four fouls, they're considered to foul out. So, say blitz early in the game, runs into the cage, he gets hurt, and then a little bit later, Steele and Shade get into it and throw some punches, and they're ejected. So they're down to two. So I'm thinking, how do I want to play this? What do we want to do? So what I came up with is um, the team would pretty much just have to grab a fan out of the stands to fill the roster. So I have these fan cards, and they're obviously not very good, but it would fill the gap and make an interesting storyline. Kind of, I actually did have one of the games. The fan wasn't the game-winning shot, but it was a shot that kept the team in the game, and then later on they ended up winning. So lot of. I think it's fun. I in no way want to compare it to the Fury games from play, but that's kind of the inspiration as well. That just how those games flow and the crazy things that can happen. So, but yeah, I was last couple months. Man, I should sit down and just play out a game, maybe explain a little bit of how it works and what it is, and uh, maybe get some feedback from anybody if they think this is something that I might continue to keep working on and see where it goes. But I appreciate you watching. I went a little bit actually way too longer than I wanted to, but appreciate you watching. Yeah, any comments, thoughts, anything like that, let me know. I'm having fun with it. I'm actually in the first season was a lot of testing and messing around with different ideas, and I am through the first two pools of season two, where I pretty much have just been playing the games and kind of like where the game is right now. Like I said, I've got ideas for like a pregame thing that could affect things or postgame, and even starting to think about if you wanted to coach one of the teams, maybe you'd have you have a deck of cards that gave you certain options, and you shuffle them up before each game, and you deal yourself out three of them, and then anytime during the game you could use them. Like player doesn't get hurt, player takes a 7 pointer instead of a 3 pointer, or vice versa, or things like that. Just to kind of you could be like the coach of one of the teams, just to see how you could do. So, um, but I think I'll end it with that. Maybe I'll excuse me, battling a cold the last couple weeks. Um, Maybe I'll do another video, just kind of playing the game, assuming that you watch the first one and just kind of play it. But again, appreciate you watching. Like I said, let me know anything if you think it's cool, if you saw something you didn't understand, if you have an idea this could be cool, just let me know. I'm all yours. So have a good rest of the day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.